Hey, welcome. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on a critical process in healthcare that you've probably never even thought about. But believe me, it affects how quickly doctors can actually start treating patients. We are talking about physician credentialing.
So just think about that for a second. What is it? It's not always a lack of doctors or a shortage of hospital beds. A lot of the time, the delay is buried deep inside administrative paperwork, specifically in the process of getting a physician approved to even start working.
All right, let's dive into this. Before any doctor, nurse, or specialist can be hired, their entire professional history has to be verified. I mean, every single detail. This is credentialing, and honestly, it's a massive, high-stakes bottleneck in the healthcare world. Just try to imagine this. You have entire teams of people whose job all day, every day, is to sift through stacks of resumes, licenses, and certifications. And this is not just some simple background check, okay? It's this incredibly exhaustive manual verification process for every single provider. It's absolutely foundational to patient safety, but wow, is it a ton of work.
And this right here, this is what that manual grind actually looks like. We're talking about hours just gone, spent pulling key details out of resumes and licenses. Then, somebody has to manually punch all of that data into different systems, which, is just begging for typos. And on top of all that, someone has to keep track of countless expiration dates for every single person. Each one of these steps just piles on, creating this huge delay before a new doctor can see their very first patient.
Yeah, this visual, it really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the manual process. It's slow, it's cumbersome, it's all tangled up in paperwork. And it's not just that it takes forever, it's also super prone to human error, where one little typo could create a massive compliance risk. But on the other side, well, that's the automated ideal. Fast, totally accurate, and secure right from the start.
So, the big question is, how do we get from that manual grind over to the automated ideal? Well, let's move on and see how technology is designed to tackle this exact problem.
So a great example of this tech is a platform like ZAPTEST. At its very heart is AI-powered computer vision. The easiest way to think about it is like software that can literally see and read a computer screen. It can understand documents and fill out forms just like a person would, but, it's infinitely faster and it doesn't make mistakes. And the process itself is actually pretty elegant. First, the system captures what's happening by just watching and recording a person doing the job. Then, it converts those human actions into these reusable automated parts. And finally, it automates the entire thing, letting the AI run the whole workflow on its own, reading documents, checking dates, all of it, completely hands-free. And here's the thing. It's not just about speed. These systems are actually built for compliance. They can schedule recurring checks automatically, send out alerts before a license expires, and they keep perfect audit-ready records of absolutely everything. This directly tackles that high-risk problem we were just talking about.
Now, what's really interesting here is the tangible impact this has on the entire healthcare system. I mean, this isn't some minor improvement. This is a complete transformation of a critical workflow.
Just let that number sink in for a minute. A 60% minimum reduction in processing time. Think about what that really means. A task that used to take weeks of grinding manual effort can now be done in a tiny fraction of that time. For a hospital, that is an absolute game changer.
This quote really just hits the nail on the head. It points to this rare dual victory that you almost never see, especially not in healthcare. You're not just gaining efficiency, you're actively reducing compliance risk. So it's not a trade-off between moving fast and being safe. You get to do both at the same time.
And the benefits just keep rippling outwards from there. When you get rid of the manual work, you get rid of all those costly data entry errors. You can monitor every single provider's license status in real time so there are no surprises. But the biggest impact? Accelerating onboarding. That means getting talented doctors in front of patients so much faster. And because it's scalable, you can apply this same efficiency across an entire network of hospitals.
So look, the crucial point is this. Automation here isn't just about making some back-office job easier. It directly translates to less burden on the administrative staff and ultimately a faster path for providers to start doing what they're there to do, deliver care to patients.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? If we can solve such a complex, high-stakes bottleneck with smart automation, what other invisible barriers in healthcare are just waiting to be completely transformed by technology? What's next?